Well, win number one, I had a 7-month-old, and I was approached by Harley White about coaching at the university, and I really didn't have a background in basketball other than I was a PE major at Eastern, and they didn't let us take classes in coaching, and so when I started, we were just whoever was on campus. It was basically an intramural type team. We played 12 games, and then moved from there to 16 games. We traveled in 12 passenger vans and with sack lunches or whatever, and we played in some facilities that I remember at Midway we had to put our foot up against the wall to keep the ball in, that was your boundary marker, and if you shot too much elevation with your free throws, it would hit the ceiling. So, I've seen a lot of change, I think, with regard to the travel, accommodations. We traveled in vans early on. We did get to take buses the latter part, but the travel's different. The locker room facility has definitely changed. If you look out the doors into Coach Vernon's office, that was our locker room. Not only our locker room, that was my office. And then, we were able to move our locker room up to where it is. So the locker facilities have definitely changed. Assistant coaches, as far as the pay, and I think Ginger can probably tell you that what her assistant is making today is significantly different than what she probably took in as pay. Early on, I was responsible not just for coaching the women's basketball team. I also had to coach the women's tennis team. I had to coach the softball team. I coached the golf team in the early 80s, the men's golf team, and I had to teach 15 hours a term, and a lot of those were 1-hour classes. So the workload has definitely, I think, changed. I think the players, a lot more skilled, developed players now than probably what we saw early on. Most of those were just self-made in the backyard shooting hoops, and now they come in having done CrossFit programs and played on travel teams, and so definitely changes with regard to that. But the one thing that's always been solid, and my mission with the program was, number one, is to develop a program of national prominence, and we're there, and we continue to stay there. I commend Ginger and Hootie for continuing that. And then number two is the fact that we have a community that was important to me, that our community wrapped their arms around us. And you have to remember, we were just a few years out of girls basketball starting. So women's basketball was something new, and Campbellsville and the parents continue to support the program better than any NEI program in the country. And then my third mission was to empower young women. And I think our principles of commitment, discipline, work ethic, and probably most of all is never giving up is something that continues to be a mark of where we are, and that's what that 1,000 wins stands for. I certainly hope that we see all Lady Tiger basketball alumni, those that supported the program, turn out here on Saturday, January 4th for a recognition of your accomplishment in that 1,000 win.
45 years, a ton of Lady Tigers, 2 head coaches, 1,000 wins.